Good morning, everybody. So today, let me. Good morning, everybody. So today, I want to read out of Genesis 3. I want to read verses 6 through 19. And this is right after God had found out that Adam and Eve eaten the fruit, which of course he already knew they had done it. But this is right after the initial confrontation of that. And he had just given the serpent his curse. And now he goes on to Eve and then to Adam. So starting with 16. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your pain in childbirth. In pain you will bring forth children, yet your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Then to Adam he said, because you excuse me, because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat from it, cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall grow for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you will eat bread till you return to the ground, because from it you were taken, and for you are dust, and to dust you shall return. So I kind of want to focus on two words that can sum up into one word: pain and toil. Pain and toil. Both are also known by the word labor. When a woman goes into childbirth, we say that she's in labor, because it's hard work bringing a baby into this world. Actually, giving birth to a baby requires a lot of work. And toil is because it's actual physical exertion that has to be constantly done in order to get something back. And in this case, he's talking about farming. Just to be able to eat. And God wants to make it very clear that labor is not going to be easy for us at all. There's going to be pain. There's going to be suffering. There's going to be sweating. There's going to be a constant struggle, i.e. the thorns and the thistles that shall grow for you. You're going to have obstacles. You're going to sweat. You're going to get tired. And eventually you're going to die. And from all that time, from birth to death, you will be laboring. For your whole life. And I just thought that it was fitting to choose the word labor to share today, and how it can be described in two different ways. I mean, this is at least what God is showing me about labor. That it's painful, that it's going to require a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sweat. Um, and it's all because Adam and Eve wanted to rebel against God. They wanted to be just like God, so they decided to take the fruit from the tree of good and evil. So all the great toiling and working and laboring that we have to do was a result of the fall. Not to say they didn't work before the fall, because they did. But the work wasn't painful. It wasn't cumbersome. There was no obstacles, nothing bad to get in the way. It was pleasant. It was joyful to do. Plus, we can't expect that there was never any labor before this anyways, because God himself labored for 6 days. Then he rested on the 7th day. So, it follows suit that we should have to labor as well. Just like he did, and like he did, we're supposed to keep the 7th day, or the Sabbath day, free from work, to keep it holy. And the reason why we keep it holy is so that we can rest, reflect, and give our full attention the whole day to God, to worship him, to meditate on him, to meditate on his word. I mean, our mind should be on Christ and on God all the time anyways. But God did not intend for us to have to work so hard, so painfully, and with so much trouble. Because it wasn't like that in the Garden of Eden, in paradise before the fall. So these verses here it kind of gives me some of insight to labor. It helps define what labor is for me. It helps me realize why labor is so hard and where it came from. And another thing that requires a lot of work and a lot of labor is checking our own self-will. It's easy to do the things that we want to do, but it takes great work and great laboring to curb our own desires, our own wishes to do what we want to do what God wants to do. We should want to do what God wants to do, but because of our sinful nature, because of what happened in the garden, we don't. And that's our natural sin nature. And folks, to me, that's the most laborious thing that we have going on in our lives, is basically fighting ourselves, because we do what we want to do and we don't want to do what God wants us to do. If we would learn to stop laboring against God, we'll still have to work, we'll still have to labor, but you know what? I guarantee you it'll probably be a whole lot easier doing it than when we go out and do it on our own. So, anyways, I hope you all have a blessed day, have a blessed weekend. For those who do get Labor Day off, enjoy your families, enjoy God, enjoy life, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.